What's going on, everybody? This is JVB from Talking About Games in the Post Game Report podcast. I just want to talk a little bit about opinions. You know, nowadays you can't say an opinion. You can't give an opinion on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your podcast, on your videos, without somebody calling you names or just assuming that you have some form of alliance to a product. I'm gonna show you right now what I have, where my alliance lies. Right here, this freaking wallet where I hold my freaking debit card and my money. That is where I have my allegiance, because I work my ass off to make sure that that wallet has something in there that I can use to buy certain things that I want. Two things that I bought recently: the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I am enjoying both of them, but doesn't mean I have issues, or it doesn't mean I don't have issues with both of them. Bought Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One, and because I bought Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One, I was a little underwhelmed. Now, the Dead Rising 3 is not a bad game by any means of the imagination, but as far as being a launch title, something that I can look at and be like, oh my god, this looks incredible, this blah blah blah, next gen, whatever. I will say that the hundreds of freaking zombies on screen at the same time on Dead Rising 3 is truly amazing. Definitely could only be done on a next generation console. I'm not going to say that it could only be done on the Xbox One, because that's a crock of shit. It could be done on the PlayStation 4, but it definitely can't be done on the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. But visually, it looks like an Xbox 360 game with higher definition characters, and I was a little underwhelmed. I bought Battlefield 4. I saw how beautiful that shit is on the Xbox One, and for that main reason, because I have a game that's quote unquote next gen, you know, or whatever, you know, all the PR talk. Because I finally bought a game that looks freaking incredible and plays incredible as well, I felt a whole lot better about my Xbox One purchase. Now with the Xbox One, there are two bullet points, you know, two key elements of the Xbox One that I cannot utilize. One is the TV in. There's an HDMI in that you plug in your cable box. I currently have my PlayStation 3 plugged in there, so that my son could play Batman Arkham Origins. For the most part, it works. It works, you know. PlayStation 3 works on the Xbox One. Lately, I've been getting a message saying that I need to turn on my TV input device. But the PlayStation 3 is plugged in, and there's like a communication issue there with the HDMI cable going in. The other key element or bullet point that Microsoft pushed really hard, and some of the fanboys are pushing really hard about the Xbox One, is the Kinect. Everyone talks about the Kinect giving you the seamless experience when you're talking to it, blah blah blah. For the most part, when I do give it commands, it works nice. No, you know, I'm not gonna bullshit about that. Up until I get not voice messages. Up until I go to messages and I read my messages and I want to reply, I can't use hand gestures. I can't use hand gestures to navigate the menu, to activate any apps. It just doesn't read me. It could be the way my room is set up. I have my Kinect underneath my iMac. It reads me just fine until I start trying to do hand gestures. And I'm not talking about, you know, the up and down hand gestures either. Excuse me. So, you know, when I want to try to use when I want to have a true controller-less experience with navigating, watching movies on Netflix and Crackle, the experience is interrupted because I cannot, for the life of me. I did all the tutorials. I went online, checked on how to freaking get my get the Kinect to read my hand gestures, and it just doesn't. So two key bullet points that I cannot use. So when I combine that with Dead Rising and my initial underwhelmment, I don't know if that's a word, but you know, I was like, man, I'm taking this back, you know, until it's ready. because throwing Xbox Live is not complete right now. Party system is, I'm not going to say it's a mess. It requires an app now, so you got to click on an app to do party chat. And because of that, you got to erase everything you learned from the Xbox 360, and you got to relearn it on the Xbox One when it comes to setting up a party chat. This time around, you have Skype, so you can do a video chat as well. I haven't used that, but setting up a party chat, especially the first time, oh my God, that was 30 minutes of me cursing up a freaking storm. And I wasn't the only one cursing. Golfrat was like, yo, what the fuck, man? And then he couldn't hear me. On my headset, I couldn't hear him. I came to the conclusion that I had to fiddle with it a little bit, the bass that goes into the controller. And I noticed that the little green circle started moving, indicating that I was talking. And instead of me snapping the base of the headset all the way into the controller, I have to basically, instead of pushing it all the way into the snaps in, I have to push it in right before it snaps in, and then I'm able to hear and be heard as well. That's freaking annoying, because I know down the line that's only going to cause problems with my controller. Hopefully not, but it is annoying when I take out the base of the headphones, of the earpiece, and then I have to readjust it all over again when it comes time to party chat. But that's not part of my issue here. The part is that you have to activate chat feature when you're in the party chat lobby, instead of it just going straight to, instead of you having the ability to start chatting immediately as soon as you join the party chat, you have to actually activate chat capabilities. And then the other thing, which to me is a big deal, some people are trying to downplay it, and it's the reason why I'm saying Xbox Live is incomplete. I was, practicing my lingo with Connect, and then a message popped up. So I said, Xbox messages, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to say it low so the Xbox doesn't turn on. So it went to messages. I read the message. I said reply. And because my hand gestures don't show, I couldn't type like that. I don't know if you can. So, don't quote me on, don't take this as a, 100% accurate. But I had to pick up the controller and then type. I could not leave a voice message. So it defeated the purpose of me navigating with the Kinect. It defeated the purpose, because once I pick up the controller and I have to type with the controller, I no longer need to Kinect. So that integration, that's seamless experience was freaking interrupted, and I didn't like that. I still think it's a big deal that voice messaging is not available right now. It was available on the original Xbox. So I don't understand what's going on. When you consider that you're paying $60 a year for Xbox Live subscription, and the party chat system, there's a learning curve, and I don't want to say learning curve because I'm not an idiot, and you people aren't idiots either. It's just too many steps. Now, on the PlayStation Network side of things, I counted how many steps I have to go through to accept a friend's request. And on the PlayStation Network side, when I get a friend's request, like it'll pop up, you got a friend's request, blah, blah, blah. I click on the home button, it takes me there. Or I go to notifications, it takes me there. But I counted 7 clicks by the time everything was said and done. Reading the message, seeing who sent me a friend's request, accepting it, blah, blah, blah. So it's that in itself with the PlayStation Network, not a true seamless experience either. Both of them will hopefully, with updates and everything, become more, will integrate a more seamless experience. And I'm expecting that to happen. I definitely am. But I expect if any of these online services were going to miss or not include voice messages, you would figure that on the PlayStation Network side, that would be the case. On the freaking on Xbox Live, man, that's what made Xbox 360 the console of choice last generation. Was having that ability to leave voice messages, to set up a party chat, or to set up a match. You can't do that anymore. Now you got to freaking text everything. You can use Smart Glass, but you know, you're gonna really have your tablet next to you at all times and typing while you're looking at your freaking Xbox. It's kind of stupid. You know, some people are downplaying the lack of voice messages. That's like KFC not having the original recipe. You know, Microsoft brought all this live. They integrated this live service into a console, which has never been done before, and that is the reason why I own the Xbox, the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, and now the Xbox One, because of Xbox Live. It was, you know, freaking impressive. It still is, and it was seamless on the Xbox 360. Now you have to relearn to go to an app to do party chat, go to an app to see your friends, even check in on who's online. I mean, you have your favorites, so that's cool. So you have 1,000 people on your friends list, and only, let's say, 20 in your favorites list. You'll get a separate category of your favorites, so you can see the people you want to see what they're doing. But, for example, it gives you the options to have followers. So, on top of followers, I have friends, and then underneath, I have followers. So, it'll tell me I have 3 new followers. When I go to check, everything is scrambled. I see existing friends, and it doesn't tell me like this is a new follower. It doesn't let me know that. So it's like I gotta navigate through all that shit, click on each individual to see who's who. And I have about 115 friends. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's no way to filter that out to where you can filter just followers or just new. You know, I'm sure eventually that'll be there. But right now, it's not as seamless as they want you to think, or some of the fanboys want you to think. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because I paid, you know, $600+ for this. And I just want to let people know that this is my opinion, because I vote with my wallet. And, you know, when you throw incomplete Xbox Live, you know, 2 key PowerPoints or bullet points that Microsoft gave us at their reveal at E3 and all that. 2 of those big features I cannot utilize right now. Throwing those 3 things, you can understand why I wanted to take it back. But I'm not. I bought Battlefield 4. I downloaded it, and I'm happy that I purchased it because it shows me that the Xbox One is a powerful machine. So is the PlayStation 4. They both have their plus and minuses. But right now, the more seamless experience is the PlayStation 4. In my opinion, Killzone Shadowfall is the best looking game right now on both consoles. And the live service, I could do party chat, I can do voice messages from my app to somebody on their PlayStation 4, and just communicating with your friends, sharing on your Facebook or your Twitter, sharing your screenshots on the PlayStation 4, your videos, is way easier than on the Xbox One. You can't do screenshots on the Xbox One. And when you say record this, it only records 30 seconds. You got to go, which I had a freaking search for it yesterday. You got to go to your game DVR in hopes that it records the last 5 minutes, and then from there you can do your editing, and you can do your upload with SkyDrive, which is cool. You can upload it to SkyDrive, which is an app built into the Xbox One. Well, not built in, but it's an app on the Xbox One. And then upload it to SkyDrive. And if you have SkyDrive on your phone or your tablet or your main PC, you can, you know, extract it from SkyDrive and then upload it to YouTube or Facebook, wherever. So that's the cool thing as well. I did do a video, or I actually wasn't a video, but you can extract your videos that you upload to Facebook, because on the PlayStation Network, you can only share right now with your videos on Facebook. But there is a way how to extract that, take the video from Facebook, download it into your PC, and do what you want. Either, edit it through your favorite editing software, or just simply put it on YouTube. So with both consoles, you could do the same. Neither one is going to give you, right now, you get a more seamless experience with uploading straight to Facebook. But on the Xbox One side of things, you can simply just put it on SkyDrive, but then you have to extract it. So it's kind of the same steps for both. One does, the Xbox One only records 5-minute max, and the PlayStation Network, the PlayStation 4, allows you to record 15 minutes. So there's an edge there, but you can do certain things with the Xbox One that will allow you to do, let's say, a full walkthrough or something. You can do commentary as well, but only 5-minute segments. So there are key benefits, and right now, annoying minuses on both systems. I still feel that on the PlayStation 4 side of things, they can cut down on the amount of steps it takes to do certain things. Probably minor shit in your mind, I'm assuming that, once again, those type of things will be fixed with updates. On the Xbox One side, they definitely need to bring back voice messages, which I'm sure will be back. An indication, and the indicator, there's no notification when your friends sign on. On the Xbox 360, you get a notification that blah 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 just signed on. You don't have that on the Xbox One. I don't understand that. It's two simple things, two small things that were on the Xbox 360 or are on the Xbox 360 that are not on the Xbox One, and that's crazy. That's weird. And it's always the small things, the little things, that make an experience truly enjoyable. And for the most part, with the Xbox One, when I'm communicating with the Kinect, it's going to wherever I need it to go. But I enjoy the Xbox brand because of the ability to communicate with my friends outside of the game, in voice chat, in Skype or whatever. And when that's interrupted by little things like a notification I could be waiting for my boy Valkyrie to hop on, and this actually happened. I'm waiting. I'm like, man, nobody signed on. None of the guys signed on. I know they got their Xbox Ones. Next day I asked him where the hell was he at. He said he was playing. He was waiting for me. I was playing Dead Rising 3 for like freaking 3 hours straight. He didn't know. I would have, either one of us would have had to literally go to our friends list and find each other and see what we're doing. So that's kind of stupid. And of course the voice messaging. Yeah, you could type something out, but with a voice message, you could leave more detail. It takes less time to do so, and it's a lot more convenient because you could do it through the Kinect. You don't need to freaking type anything. You don't need to touch anything. It's just little things like that right now on the PlayStation Network, it edges out the Xbox One. The Xbox One version of Xbox Live. So right now Sony's beating Microsoft at their own game, which is crazy. But anyway, that's enough of me. As I stated in the beginning of the video, it's all about opinions. We all have opinions, especially if you're a paying consumer. We have the right to state our opinions, and I feel like I have a responsibility to say the truth. I own products. I don't try to sugarcoat them to make them look better than what they are or to justify my purchase. Of course, I paid a lot of money for both consoles. It's something that I saved for quite some time because I knew they were coming. I was going to get both regardless, so me having the Xbox One is not such a big deal. I get to enjoy Battlefield 4 online with my friends when it works. Not to say that Xbox Live is broken, because when you're actually playing, it's still running smooth. That goes for both. Yes, we have to play. We have to play multiplayer under a paywall now on the PlayStation Network, because if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, multiplayer is part of that subscription now, unless you're playing one of the free-to-play games. But the multiplayer side of things on the PlayStation Network, I've had no issues. So when I'm actually playing a multiplayer match on both consoles, I have no issues. No drops, no lag, nothing. So things work. They're gaming consoles, so they're playing the games just fine. And multiplayer works, but it's the little things in between that still need ironing out. And at the moment, Xbox One can't just use a little regular iron right now. You need one of them big fucking industrial steamers to iron certain things out, because Xbox One looks like it was rushed, quite honestly. So anyway, check me out on the Post Game Report podcast and at talkingaboutgames.com. Till next time, remember, enjoy your video games. I've been playing a lot of freaking video games and sleeping late because of these two bad boys. It's a great time to be playing video games right now. All right, take care, everyone.